Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Happy Friday, everyone. The moon is in Sag. Sag is a freedom-loving, philosophical, big picture kind of moon. It's fire, so it's a little bit spicy. It's opinionated. um, Yeah, so for the most part, it's a pretty, relatively chill day after yesterday's intensity, mainly because of what was sort of going on in the world here, or certainly in the U.S. Thank you for those who are not from the U.S. who watch me. It's a pretty intense day, and glad that's over. Didn't pay too much attention to it. Um, it's been a it's been a tough week for logic, I think. But I guess a good week for the rule of law, as it were. I'm standing here on the side, looking out because it's raining and I don't really want to get wet. But I will take you this way so you can see out the front door. This is, of course, my office, where I see clients who come to the office and the like. So we do have a challenging aspect between Venus and Mars today. It's a semisquare. Venus and Mars have had quite an interesting back and forth. Venus and Mars had almost conjoined right before Venus went retrograde, but Venus started backing up, stopping, slowing down, backing up, and Mars kept going. And they actually don't come back together until the beginning of next year. I believe it's February. Don't quote me on that. And they do come together in the sign of Aquarius, of course, Aquarius, the sign of the future. But this semi-square is something that's going to be around for a little while, and it does give us some challenges. It's like two people who want to work on the same thing but kind of have different ideas about how to get there. So that's pretty familiar for most of us who've had relationships in our life, right? But it is part of the balsamic phase of when two planets interact with each other, and the balsamic phase is really about wrapping things up. So relationship between now and say February is really going to be about an examination of what have we learned over the last say 2 years, if you count 2 years from February. So February back 2 years, right? So we're not quite there, but from here back, maybe say a year and a half ago, when Venus and Mars conjoined, they come together every 2 years, and there is this. They come together every 2 years, and there's like a new lesson around relationships. So now we have Venus still retrograde. Venus will not stop her retrograde until September 3rd, and then start to move forward and not get out of her shadow of her retrograde until October. Mars, on the other hand, is just moving forward. It had its retrograde, it had its last retrograde, right, in Gemini. I think it was Gemini, yep. And I think we'll have a Mars retrograde next year. So this is about working things out, working things out in your relationships. And if you don't say, everybody has relationships, right? But if it's not like a relationship with another person, it's balancing out the energy of the feminine, which is more internally energy moving in, magnetic attraction, that's Venus. And then there's Mars, which is going out and taking action. But this really is a time where we need to come to an understanding of our various relationships. and what we've learned from them, and how can we improve the next time we come around with this. Because the next time we come around with Venus and Mars, it's going to be in Aquarius. And in Aquarius, it's about being a good human. So, and it's more collective. Aquarius is a collective energy, less personal energy. And it's really about getting along with, all the other humans on the planet. So learn what we need to learn, extract the meaning from the last year and a half in your relationships, and we'll be ready come 2024. We do have a little bit of a sense of a heaviness, and that's because tomorrow we have an exact opposition between the Sun and Saturn, and that is going to show us limitations, where the limitation is. And I think that's a valuable thing for all of us, but it can be a little bit depressing, especially if you think you're further along than you are, you have more than you have, or you're an eternal optimist. Saturn tends to say, all right, eternal optimist, here's the deets. So, but that's tomorrow, so you can feel that little bit of a heaviness today. With the Sag Moon, it sort of makes it a little bit less so, but then tomorrow the moon's going to move into Capricorn with the Sun opposite Saturn, a real reality check. So we can look for that in our own lives, and we can look at that in the life of the collective. All right, guys. So Charlie's not out with me. He's on the couch sleeping because it's raining out. So you're not going to see him today, but have yourself a wonderful day. Like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing Moonshine on Ona's channel. We're going to do it Monday night, so it's up to her when that's going to come out. It'll either come out Monday night, I imagine, or Tuesday. So you can keep your eyes peeled for that. We're going to be talking about this full moon coming up in Pisces, which is super moon. It's the moon closest to the Earth this year, the brightest moon. And that's the story. All right. It's actually kind of a lovely day with the rain. We kind of needed it. So, and we've been pretty lucky here. We had one muggy hot day, but it's been pretty nice and pretty cool. Great sleeping weather in the upper 50s. And yesterday it was in the 70s. So hopefully that continues. I know Ona and you guys in the middle of the country are baking right now, and well, I guess it's only going to get hotter. So I'll have to look at maybe Alaska, as long as the permafrost lasts. Anyway, my own musings. Have yourself a great day. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Namaste.